Hola y bienvenidos a otro episodio de Spanish with Dr. Fisher. Hoy vamos a aprender a usar el pretérito. So as you've learned in previous lessons, we have three different types of verbs in Spanish. We have verbs that end in AR, ER, and IR. An AR verb is like hablar. We have hablé, hablaste, habló, hablamos, y hablaron. Notice how I'm not pronouncing the H. You don't pronounce H's in Spanish. Comer, we have comí, comiste, comió, comimos, y comieron. Vivir, we have viví, viviste, vivió, vivimos, vivieron. Now, if you'll notice, you only have to learn how to conjugate hablar, AR verbs, and then ER and IR verbs. So two different sets. Y como siempre, hay verbos irregulares. Hice, quise, vine, yo. Tuve, pude, puse, yo. Dije, traje, estuve, yo. Supe, conduje, anduve, yo. So we have all of these verbs together conjugated in the yo form. And if you can remember these in this little chant, then it'll make it easier for you whenever you go to conjugate one of these verbs in the preterite tense. The beginning, HIC, is what you start with. All of the E's on these verbs tell you that they are conjugated in the yo form. So to make it easier for you, just repeat after me. Hice, quise, vine, yo. Tuve, pude, puse, yo. Dije, traje, estuve, yo. Supe, conduje, anduve, yo. So let's go through these. Hice comes from hacer. Quise comes from querer. Vine comes from venir. Tuve comes from tener. Pude comes from poder. Puse comes from poner. Dije comes from decir. Traje comes from traer. Estuve comes from estar. Supe comes from saber. Conduje comes from conducir. Anduve comes from andar. So we put all of these in a little chant and it makes it easier for you to remember. So repeat after me. Hice, quise, vine, yo. Tuve, pude, puse, yo. Dije, traje, estuve, yo. Supe, conduje, anduve, yo. Again. Hice, quise, vine, yo. Tuve, pude, puse, yo. Dije, traje, estuve, yo. Supe, conduje, anduve, yo. So if you practice those over and over again, then they'll come easier to you whenever you're trying to conjugate the verbs. Alright, so let's break down that list of irregulars in the chant. If you'll notice, I have them color coordinated here. The blue one, HIC, comes from hacer. So we have hice, hiciste, hizo, hicimos, and hicieron. I always get the question, why do we have that Z here in hizo? If you had a C there, you would pronounce it as ico. And we want that S sound in there, so we have hizo. The next color are these red verbs. Okay, we're going to conjugate those just like tener. Tuve, tuviste, tuvo, tuvimos, tuvieron. Then we have the black ones, like dije. Okay, this comes from decir, so all three of these are going to be conjugated in the same way. We have dije, dijiste, dijo, dijimos, and dijeron. Now I put this one in bold because you need to note that there's no I here. In tuvieron we had an I, and in hicieron we had an I as well. And finally, a very common question that you'll hear is ¿Qué hiciste ayer? So your response to that could be something like hice la tarea. Then we have two more irregular verbs here, ir and ser. Interestingly enough, they're conjugated in the same way. Right? So it's going to be fui, fuiste, fue, fuimos, and fueron. Right? So in the green box over here, you can see yo fui is I went, and yo fui is also I was. So how do we know the difference between the two? You have to use your context clues. Go ahead and try to translate these sentences. Feel free to pause the video. And check your answers. It's important to understand the grammar, but also what you'll actually hear in real life. So I want you to practice responding to the questions as I ask them. ¿Qué hiciste ayer? ¿A dónde fuiste anoche? ¿Qué comiste hoy? ¿Me llamaste? ¿Qué dijiste? And this concludes this episode. If you have any questions, feel free to comment on the video and I'll try to answer.